Well, I think this is appropriate with the darkness and the dreariness and the black attire and the dark shades. This is what you would typically see at a funeral, in at a cemetery. And I wanted to come here to speak briefly about death, something that each and every one of us that is watching this is going to experience more than likely, right? We haven't met anybody that hasn't experienced death. So what happens afterwards is part of the mystery. What do you do? Where do you go? What do you experience? Part of that mystery keeps us controlled in this life. I don't know exactly what's going to happen when we die. I don't think anyone can tell you with certitude. They can tell you they believe this, they believe that, this and that and the other. What I can tell you from my experience is that consciousness is always alive. You exist in the only time that exists, here and now. When you go to sleep, for instance, let's use that for an example. Where do you go? What happens to you? That's a mystery. Same thing, I believe, happens to you when you die. But I can't prove that. I know that. There's no way scientifically for me to prove that. My point in talking about this is simply to say, knowing that we can't prove, at least yet, what happens, that consciousness does survive death. That's what I do believe. Consciousness does survive death. That death is just a changing. Death is the caterpillar becoming a butterfly. Death is just a recycling of energy. If everything is energy and energy can't be destroyed nor created, then death is just a recycling of energy. You're experiencing that energy now, just like you're experiencing your body. So you are different than your body, and your body is made of energy, and energy gets recycled. So you are experiencing the recycling of energy. Nature is green. But my point in this whole thing is, don't let the unknown dictate what you're doing now, because you're alive now. You're having anxiety about something that no one can tell you about, because those people that have died and passed away have not come back. So don't let what you don't know, what you can experience, affect you now. We are so afraid of death and what happens afterwards that we let that control how we live. What about all of the life that's around us now? You know, a lot of people don't see that because they are concerned with what may happen versus what is happening. So my thing is, let's not worry about what may happen. Let's concern ourselves more with what's happening now to us, our communities, our families, our world. People are quick to say, well, something is going to be righted or be judged or be made correct or to be justified when we pass away, as if this experience is not worthy of work and effort. It's like, oh, well, I get my rewards in heaven. Well, what if this is heaven? You know, what if heaven is now? What if? So that's what I wanted to say on that. And we got the man in the background, and he's shrugging his shoulders, it looks like. Or he's having his hands open, welcoming us all. You know, I guess you can look at it in different ways. But the point is, we're here experiencing life. And these people that are buried in the ground are not, in my experience, they're not in there. Their bodies are in there. They're somewhere else. Who knows where they are, but their bodies are in there. And one day my body may be in there. Well, I don't know if I'll be buried. I may be cremated or whatever. But my consciousness will not be there, okay? And my thing is, I don't want to leave this plane of existence without doing my best to serve. And I feel that information, knowledge, experience of yourself is one of the highest services that one can do. So that's what I've dedicated myself to on the best level that I can do it. And that's what I feel I'm doing now, is trying to let my fellow beings know that there's more to you than meets the eye. You're bigger and better than you have been told. We've been hoodwinked and lied to. And we've been made to be afraid of the unknown to take control of us right now when we have more power than we know of. And I just didn't want to be laid to rest without expressing that with my own mouth, through my own will, my own spirit, while I'm alive, while I can be questioned, while I can be spoken with and talked to. So that's my point for doing all this. All right.